What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the superhero segment and another superhero video. Today's topic comes courtesy from Comic-Con San Diego, where they pretty much broke the internet in the span of about a day. So they threw trailers at us for highly anticipated movies such as Aquaman, Shazam, Godzilla King of Monsters, and I even heard there was some Wonder Woman footage in there as well. So I'm going to try to get through all the breakdowns possible in the next day or two, so make sure you're following as more and more news unfolds. But first and foremost, before jumping into this breakdown, if you haven't seen the trailer, be sure to watch that first so you're more excited about the actual movie rather than listening to a YouTuber break down the details you might have missed. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, realizing this is a DC movie, I'd hoped and prayed that they didn't go the dark direction for this character, because some lightheartedness is definitely needed for a movie about a foster child realizing he has superpowers. And even though he does have the wisdom of Solomon, wisdom doesn't always equal maturity, so let's get that out of the way from the get-go. But anyway, starting off, we get a little backstory on Billy Batson. He's a foster kid who doesn't want to live at foster homes anymore. He's run from homes in 6 different counties, which is a lot of running to do. He's also very resourceful and very independent from what we are shown. So we also get a look into the life of Freddie Freeman, who's going to be Billy's partner in crime for this movie. Well, kind of more like a partner in crime fighting. He's a superhero fanatic. As you can see, he has a replica Batarang on display. He has newspapers with Superman, Aquaman t-shirts, Superman t-shirts, and even an authentic bullet that has ricocheted off Superman at some point. Or at least that's what I'm guessing it is. So Freddy's going to be the one to help Billy figure out his powers and sort of help him through the whole process of becoming a superhero, since he's the most knowledgeable friend in the field. And if you guys saw my last post on Shazam, you'll know that one day Freddie Freeman will also become a part of the Shazam family as Captain Marvel Jr. So it'll be curious to see how that plays out down the line, if this movie is successful. But anyway, we can see Billy standing up to bullies that are picking on Freddy, which is definitely one of the reasons that the Wizard chose him to take on the mantle of Shazam. And Billy does get some good hits on them, but they eventually chase him down to the famous train station where he first meets the Wizard Shazam. And let me know how comic accurate you guys think this first scene is, because I gotta say, it's pretty spot on in my opinion, all the way down to the way he's just hunched over in the chair. Now again, if you haven't seen my last video, the Wizard's being played by Jimon Hansu, who's also playing the Fisherman King in Aquaman, also taking place in the DC universe, and also Korath in Marvel's Captain Marvel. So heavy workload for him this past year. So he tells Billy to say his name so that his powers will run through him, and boom, Shazam appears. Now for those of you guys who are super new to the superhero world, Shazam has the wisdom of Solomon, strength of Hercules, stamina of Atlas, power of Zeus, courage of Achilles, and speed of Mercury. Hence the name Shazam. It's an acronym for all those powers. And I really like the direction they're going here. It's not like a Justice League Batman vs Superman type thing where the whole world is at stake and cities are being blown up left and right. This definitely feels like a character-driven story that focuses on 2 orphans bonding and a superhero learning to adapt to his new powers. So I also like these little tests they have going on for his strength in flight. It very much reminds me of that first Iron Man movie where he's testing out the suit and just trying to get the basics and failing miserably, but with a comedic effect that doesn't seem too forced at all. And also, you gotta love the floss. Now moving on, let's talk about Mark Strong's character, Dr. Sivana. So he's the mad scientist who's always been a pain in Shazam's rear. Now you might be wondering why he's able to catch a punch from Shazam, who has the strength of Hercules, when usually he's portrayed as someone who has no physical abilities besides when he was struck by a magical lightning burst, which left him half blind but also able to see magical energy. Well, that makes 2 of us, because I got nothing for that. Except the fact that Shazam's nose does seem to be bleeding a tad bit here, so maybe Dr. Sivana figured out a way to weaken or lessen Shazam's attributes. So that'll just be something we figure out in time. And one of the things that's cool to note here is that the magical lightning burst that did strike him was a result of him opening the tomb of Black Adam. So hopefully we get a little cameo of that in this movie, or at least they explain the backstory on how he got the ability to see magic and why his eye is the way it is. So next thing I want to talk about here is something that will fly over most people's heads, but it caught my eye right away because I'm picky like that. And I want to get your guys' take on the matter as well. So about a week back, Entertainment Weekly actually released this photo of Shazam, but now during the trailer we get a close-up of his boots, and they don't look like the same boots to me, at least visually. Do you think they'll still have a lot of editing to do, or do you think they just spiced this one promo piece up just a little bit too much? But with that being said, this is definitely one of my favorite trailers to come out of Comic-Con this weekend. Really looking forward to the movie in about a year from now. It's definitely a lighter tone for DC, but it's a lighter character, so it kind of goes hand in hand. Don't get too carried away with the lightheartedness. I don't want any more knee slappers from Batman. But now I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Did you like this trailer? What did you like about it? And if you didn't, leave that below as well. I know DC has a track record for providing very hyped trailers and then flopping at the box office, but could this be the one that performs very well? Feel free to leave your thoughts and comments below, and if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can get the latest in all things superhero as soon as it hits the fan. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.